She said, "If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best." After destroying my apartment in a rage, I replied, "You're right." Then I handed her an invoice for the damages. Her lawyer called 48 hours later trying to negotiate. Original post: I, 35 male, am sitting here with a formal invoice, 3 repair estimates, and about 40 photos of what used to be my living room. Still processing how a 2-year relationship ended, with me having to file an insurance claim. Melissa, 32, and I had been dating for just over 2 years. She moved into my apartment 6 months ago. My place, my lease, she just contributed to groceries and utilities. Things were good until they weren't. The red flags? Looking back, obvious. She'd get these moods where nothing was right. The restaurant I picked was basic. My friends were boring. My apartment was depressing. Then she'd flip back to being sweet, saying she was just stressed from work. Last Tuesday we had plans for dinner. She texted at 5 p.m., "Running late, start without me." I waited anyway. She rolled in at 9:30, wine on her breath, makeup smeared. "Where were you?" "Out." "God, don't start with me, Derek. You said you'd be late, not 4 hours late. I made reservations." That's when she snapped. "You're so controlling." Always needing to know where I am, what I'm doing. Maybe I needed space to breathe. "Melissa, asking where you were after you no-showed our plans isn't controlling." She grabbed her phone, started scrolling, ignoring me. I saw she was on some guy's Instagram, lots of hearts in the comments. "Who's that?" She jumped up. "See? This is what I mean. You're suffocating me. You're literally commenting hearts on some dude's thirst traps while I'm talking to you about standing me up." And then, the Marilyn Monroe quote. She actually said it. While mascara ran down her face, wine slurring her words. "If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best." Then she grabbed my PlayStation controller and hurled it at the TV. 55-inch Samsung, bought it last Black Friday. Spider-webbed instantly. "Melissa, what the—" She wasn't done. Swept everything off the coffee table. My laptop, the router, a ceramic bowl my sister made. Grabbed the kitchen knife block and threw it at the wall. Actual knives scattered everywhere. One stuck in the drywall like we were in an action movie. Started pulling books off shelves, throwing them. Kicked over my guitar stand. My Fender acoustic hit the ground with a crack that physically hurt to hear. Then she went for the bathroom and I heard bottles smashing. I didn't try to stop her, just stood there filming with my phone. 5 minutes of pure destruction while she screamed about respect and deserving better and how I was emotionally abusive for questioning her. Finally, she stopped, breathing heavy, looking around at the carnage. "This is what you made me do," she panted. "This is your fault." I looked at the destroyed TV, the knife in my wall, my broken guitar, and said the only thing that came to mind, "You're right, I don't deserve this." Her face lit up like she'd won something. "So pack your stuff and get out," I continued. "Now." The victory drained from her face. "What, baby, no, I didn't mean." "Out. Take what you can carry. You have 10 minutes or I'm calling the cops." "Derek, I'm sorry, I just got emotional. You know how I get." 9 minutes. She grabbed some clothes, crying about how I was overreacting, how couples fight, how this was normal passion. Normal, right. After she left, I took photos of everything. Every broken item, every hole in the wall, every knife mark. Then I started calling. Repair guy for the drywall, $400. TV replacement, $650. Guitar repair, $200 if fixable. Laptop screen, $300. Router, $80. Coffee table glass, $150. Bathroom damage, $75. My sister's bowl, priceless, but I quoted $50. Total, $1,905. Plus 1 day of lost wages for dealing with repairs, $280. Grand total, $2,185. Typed it all up on a proper invoice template. Itemized. Professional. Even added a 30-day payment term. Printed 3 copies. Next morning knocked on her friend Jessica's door where I knew she'd crashed. Handed her the envelope. "What's this?" "Invoice for the damages. You have 30 days. She laughed. Actually laughed. "You're joking. Check the photos attached." "I'm not." Slammed the door in my face. 48 hours later my phone rings. Unknown number. "Is this Derek?" "Speaking. This is Bradley Thornton, attorney representing Melissa Vaughn. We need to discuss this invoice situation." Here we go. Update 1. The lawyer call was something else. "Mr. Derek, your girlfriend, ex-girlfriend. Right, Miss Vaughn is willing to move past this incident if you withdraw your demands." Move past it. She destroyed $2,185 worth of my property. She was in emotional distress. You provoked her by asking where she was after she stood me up. She says you were controlling, jealous, that you regularly monitored her activities. I asked one question about her being 4 hours late. Silence. Papers shuffling. Look, Mr. Derek, pursuing this will get messy. She's prepared to file a restraining order citing emotional abuse. For asking her to pay for things she broke? For a pattern of controlling behavior that led to her defensive reaction. Defensive. That's what we're calling it. Mr. Thornton, I have 5 minutes of video showing her destroying my apartment unprovoked. I have photos of knives in my wall. I have receipts for everything damaged. File whatever you want. You have video? Every second from the TV to the guitar to the knife throwing. Long pause. I'll need to consult with my client. That was Thursday. Friday, Melissa showed up at my work. Security wouldn't let her into the building, so she waited by my car. 5 of my coworkers saw her there, crying. Derek, please, just talk to me. Melissa, your lawyer said not to contact each other. Screw Bradley. He's Jessica's cousin. He doesn't get us. There is no us. Baby, I was drunk. I was upset. You know my dad issues make me act out sometimes. Ah yes, the dad issues. Her excuse for everything from not paying rent to flirting with bartenders. Your dad didn't throw knives at my wall. I'll pay for it. Okay, I'll pay. Just take me back. Then pay. Venmo's still the same. I don't have it right now, but I will. If we're together, I'll make it right. So you'll pay the invoice if I take you back, but not if I don't? She realized what she'd just said. That's not. I mean, goodbye, Melissa. Got in my car. She pounded on the window, making a scene. Security came over, asked if I needed help. I said no, just drove off with her screaming in the parking lot. Saturday morning, her mom called. Diana, the enabler-in-chief. Derek, sweetie, Melissa told me what happened. Did she tell you about the knives? She said you two had a fight and things got broken. She threw a knife block at my wall, Diana. Knives. Plural. In my wall. Well, you must have really upset her. Melissa doesn't just act like that. Actually, she does. Remember when she keyed her ex's car? That was different. He cheated. No, he didn't. He had a female study partner. Well, she felt betrayed. So property damage is her go-to? Derek, just drop this invoice nonsense. You're embarrassing her. She embarrassed herself. If you ever loved her, I loved who I thought she was. That person wouldn't have destroyed my apartment. Doll, $2,000 is nothing to you. It's not about the money, Diana. It's about consequences. What if she can't pay? Then I take her to small claims court. Diana hung up on me. Sunday, got a text from an unknown number. It was Antonio, the guy from Instagram she'd been hearting up. Bro, just wanted you to know I didn't know she had a boyfriend. She told me you were her roommate. My bad. Roommate. We shared a bed for 6 months, but sure, roommate. How long? Been talking for like 2 months. Met up a few times. Nothing physical though. She said she wasn't ready because of her toxic living situation. Toxic living situation. That's what she called our relationship while lining up my replacement. Thanks for letting me know. She's crazy, tell you. Showed up at my place at 3 a.m. Friday, crying about some invoice. Trying to stay the night. Had to call her an Uber. Even Antonio could see the crazy. Antonio, who'd only known her 2 months. Monday morning, got another call from Bradley, the lawyer. Mr. Derek, Ms. Vaughn is willing to pay $500 toward damages. The invoice is for $2,185. She doesn't have that kind of money. She has a job, she has parents, she has options. Be reasonable. $500 is a good faith offer. Throwing knives at my wall was bad faith. The invoice stands. If you pursue this, we'll countersue for emotional distress. For what? Breaking up with her after she destroyed my apartment? For the trauma of being filmed without consent during a mental health crisis. Mental health crisis? Is that what we're calling temper tantrums now? Mr. Derek? Mr. Thornton, she was filmed in my apartment, destroying my property. I had every right to document it. See you in court. Hung up. Then I did something petty. Posted one photo on Instagram, just the knife sticking out of my wall. Caption, when people show you who they are, believe them. Within an hour, my DMs exploded. Mutual friends asking if I was okay, her friends calling me dramatic, and then Melissa herself from her account, take that down now. Blocked. New account 5 minutes later. Derek, please, everyone's asking me about it. Blocked again. Her mom, you're ruining her reputation. Blocked. Jessica, real mature Derek. Blocked and deleted. The beauty of it? I didn't name anyone. Just posted a knife in a wall. If people made connections, that's on them. Update 2 Tuesday afternoon, Melissa tried a new strategy. She showed up at my apartment with her emotional support team. Jessica, her mom Diana, and surprisingly, her dad Robert, who she supposedly had all those issues with. I watched them through the doorbell camera. Didn't open. Derek, we know you're home. Your car's here. Melissa called out. I texted her. Communication through lawyers only. I fired Bradley. Please, my dad wants to talk to you man to man. Robert, the absent father who allegedly caused all her problems, cleared his throat. Son, I drove 2 hours for this. Least you can do is hear me out. I opened the door but kept the chain on. Mr. Vaughn. Derek, look. My daughter, she's passionate, gets that from her mother. Diana huffed. Robert? What? It's true. You threw my golf clubs in the pool when I forgot our anniversary. That was different. How? Melissa cut in. Can we focus? Derek, baby, I'm getting help. I found a therapist. When? Well, I'm going to. Tomorrow. I promise. You're gonna find a therapist tomorrow? Yes. I already Googled some. I started to close the door. Wait. She pulled out her phone. Look, I'll pay something now. She made a show of opening Venmo. Sent me $50. The invoice is for $2,185. It's a start. Shows good faith. You know what would show good faith? Paying the whole thing. Robert stepped forward. Son, be reasonable. She doesn't have that kind of money. She had money for bottomless mimosas with Antonio last Tuesday. Dead silence. Melissa went pale. How did you? Antonio messaged me. Felt bad about the whole roommate lie. Robert turned to his daughter. Who's Antonio? Nobody. A friend. Jessica jumped in. Derek's being paranoid again. I pulled out my phone, showed Robert the screenshot Antonio sent. Melissa and him at some bougie brunch place, her caption, upgrading my life with this one. Posted the day before she destroyed my apartment. Robert's face went red. Melissa, you told me Derek was abusive and controlling. He is. Look what he's doing. What? Asking you to pay for things you broke while cheating? I wasn't cheating. Diana tried damage control. Robert, not here. No, Diana, I drove 2 hours because you said our daughter was being abused. This boy has a knife hole in his wall. She was emotional. She was violent and apparently cheating. They started arguing among themselves. I slowly closed the door. Could still hear them in the hallway for another 10 minutes. Wednesday, got a call from my insurance company. They'd reviewed my claim. Mr. Derek, we'll cover the damages minus your deductible. How much is that? $500 deductible, so we'll pay $1,685. Perfect. And you'll pursue her for reimbursement? If you provide her information, yes, we'll subrogate the claim. Beautiful. Now, it wasn't just me after the money, it was an insurance company with lawyers. Sent Melissa a text. FYI, insurance is now handling the claim. They'll be in touch. Her response was immediate. What? You filed insurance? That'll go on my record. Should have thought of that before throwing knives. Derek, please. I'll pay you. Don't let them come after me. You had your chance to pay me directly. I can't afford it. But you could afford brunch with Antonio? Stop bringing him up. We're just friends. Cool. Tell that to the insurance company. She called 23 times in the next hour. I didn't answer any of them. Thursday, her new strategy, public shaming. She posted on Facebook, some people really show their true colors after a breakup. Imagine someone you loved and lived with for months sending insurance after you over an argument. The emotional abuse I endured, and this is what I get for finally standing up for myself. I'm literally shaking. The comments were mixed. Stay strong, babe. What happened? Insurance for what? Girl, didn't you throw knives at his wall? That last one was from mutual friend Kyle. Melissa deleted his comment immediately. I didn't respond, just screenshotted it for my records. Friday morning, 8 a.m., process server knocked on my door. I was being sued. Melissa was claiming illegal eviction, emotional distress, defamation, theft of personal property. Theft. Interesting. Her filing claimed I kept some of her belongings when I forcibly removed her. Also claimed the Instagram post caused her to lose business opportunities. She works retail at a clothing store. Called my insurance company. They said they'd provide a lawyer since it stemmed from the property damage claim. Sometimes paying for good insurance really pays off. Met with the insurance lawyer, Stephen, that afternoon. He reviewed everything. She has no case, he said, actually chuckling. You have video of her destroying property, admitting she was drunk and throwing weapons. This is desperation. What about her claims? What illegal eviction? She wasn't on the lease. What emotional distress? She caused property damage. What defamation? You posted a photo of a knife in your wall? And theft? Do you have any of her things? There might be some stuff in the closet, hair ties, maybe a shirt. Document it. Offer to return it. This is nonsense, Derek. That evening, decided to check what stuff of hers was actually left. Found 3 hair ties, 1 if you can't handle me at my worst coffee mug, ironic, a half-empty bottle of conditioner, 2 romance novels, a phone charger. Texted her, found your items, available for pickup Saturday 2 to 4 p.m. I want my TV back too. What TV? The one in the living room. The one you broke? That was my TV. I helped pick it out, and I paid for it. Receipts in my name. I contributed to the household. You bought groceries sometimes. That doesn't mean you own my furniture. My lawyer says you have to give me everything I contributed to. Tell your lawyer to check the receipts. Everything valuable is mine. Final update. The court date was 3 weeks later. Small claims for my invoice plus her countersuit. Melissa showed up in what I can only describe as her court costume. Conservative dress, minimal makeup, hair in a bun. Going for the innocent victim look. Had Bradley with her, guess she rehired him, plus Jessica and her mom in the gallery. I had Stephen from insurance, plus the folder of evidence. Judge called my case first. Stephen presented the invoice with receipts, photos of all damage, the 5-minute video, screenshots of her admission via text, the insurance claim documentation. The video was the killer, Melissa throwing the controller at the TV, sweeping everything off the table, the knife block hitting the wall, her screaming, "This is what you made me do." Judge's face was stone-cold professional, but I saw his eyebrow twitch at the knife part. Bradley tried to argue, "Your Honor, Miss Vaughn was in emotional distress after discovering infidelity." "What infidelity?" Stephen interrupted. "There's no evidence of Mr. Derek being unfaithful. He was emotionally unfaithful. Controlling, monitoring her friendships." Stephen pulled out Antonio's messages. Ms. Vaughn told another man that Mr. Derek was just her roommate while they were living together as a couple. The judge reviewed the messages. "Ms. Vaughn, were you in a romantic relationship with someone else during this time?" "No, Antonio was just a friend." "Who you told that Mr. Derek was your roommate?" I didn't want to complicate things." "I see, and the property damage." Bradley jumped in. "A momentary lapse in judgment due to sustained emotional abuse." The judge cut him off. "Counselor, I've seen the video. Miss Vaughn destroyed property while Mr. Derek stood there filming. He didn't touch her, didn't threaten her, didn't even yell. Where's the abuse? The psychological manipulation of asking where she was when she was 4 hours late." Silence. Judgment for plaintiff, $2,185 plus court costs. Then her countersuit. Bradley argued the illegal eviction first. Stephen responded with 1 document, the lease showing only my name. "She was a guest," Stephen said. "No tenant rights established, no rent paid, no written agreement." Judge agreed. Claim dismissed. Emotional distress? "Your client caused property damage that could have resulted in physical harm," the judge said. "Knives were thrown. If anyone has an emotional distress claim, it's Mr. Derek." Dismissed. Defamation? Stephen pulled up my Instagram. 1 photo of a knife in a wall with the caption, "When people show you who they are, believe them." No names, no identification of Ms. Vaughn. "Everyone knew it was about her," Bradley argued. "Because she told them," Stephen responded. Mr. Derek never identified her. Dismissed. Theft claim? I pulled out a bag. "Your Honor, I have her items here. 3 hair ties, a mug, conditioner, 2 books, and a phone charger. She's claiming I stole a TV that she destroyed." The judge actually rubbed his temples. "Ms. Vaughn, you're claiming theft of a TV you admitted to breaking? I contributed to that TV. Do you have receipts?" "No, but..." Claim dismissed. "Mr. Derek, please return her personal items." I placed the bag on their table. The mug faced up, "If you can't handle me at my worst," clearly visible. The judge saw it. His mouth twitched. "Anything else?" Bradley whispered urgently with Melissa, then stood. "No, Your Honor." Walking out, Melissa couldn't help herself. Loud enough for everyone to hear. "This is bulls. You ruined my life over things, material things. The judge called back, "Miss Vaughn, you ruined those things yourself, and you now owe $2,385 including court costs. Payment due in 30 days or wages will be garnished." In the parking lot, Diana approached me. "Happy now? You got your money. I got accountability. She loved you. She loved what I provided. There's a difference." Robert was waiting by their car. He nodded at me. Just a nod, but it said everything. 2 weeks later, got a notification from my bank. Melissa had paid, full amount, heard through Kyle that her parents paid it to avoid wage garnishment hitting her credit. She texted from another new number. "I hope you're happy. You won. I'm in therapy now, because of you." I didn't respond, but I did finally replace the TV. Got a 65-inch this time. The knife hole is still in the wall though. Landlord said he'll fix it when I move out. Take it from the deposit. I kind of like it there for now. It's a good reminder, when someone tells you they're too much to handle, believe them the first time. Antonio messaged me last week. "Bro, she showed up at my job. Had to get security involved. You weren't kidding about the crazy." "Told you." She said I ruined her relationship and owe her money. "For what?" "Emotional damages. She has a whole invoice." I laughed for 5 solid minutes. Melissa learned the wrong lesson. Instead of understanding consequences, she just learned to document first. Some people never change. As for me, I'm good. Apartment's fixed, learned to scream better, and I have a great story about the ex who literally threw knives at me, then quoted Marilyn Monroe. My new dating profile bio: "If you can't handle me at my worst, that's completely reasonable and shows good boundaries." Haven't had to use the invoice template again. Yet.